and he's in us, so he will help us. I'm a teacher at Imara Springs Life Chapel. I teach Sunday school. I head the Sunday school ministry there, and I do it with joy because I do it for God. Yeah, thank you very much. Media team, kindly give us the first slide. My session is titled Generation Shifts. Hapa tuko na generations ngapi? Generation it means like, it's a term used to refer to maybe people born between a certain year to another year. Like we all know of Gen Z. Si tumesikia Gen Z. Gen Z is a certain generation. Before Gen Z, there was Gen X. Before Gen X was baby boomers, if I'm not wrong. I'm just trying to explain this to help us to understand what generation means. After Gen Z, there is millennials, then Generation Alpha, and soon I hear there will be Generation Beta. Starting, I think, January next year. So my topic is generation shifts. And generation shifts has implications on our faith, on generally everything that we do, isn't it? Because vile mi ufikiria ama the way I do things is not the same way my mom, for instance, would do things, because her generation is not my generation. So wakati you are identified with a certain generation, inatusaidia sana, even in faith, so that we can know how we can form our children. Na tumesikia mchungaji hapa akisema, tuko na watoto nyumbani, but while we are with them there, some of them are communicating with people in China or in other parts of the world. For me, we didn't do that because my generation did not have that privilege and that opportunity. So as we look at this, I would like to do what is called a framing conversation. We frame this conversation together. We put everything into perspective. I'll start by talking about our nation and a census that was done in 2019. I think that was the last time there was a census here in Kenya. And the demographic pyramid looks like this. Kindly, if you can give us that slide. We have about 39.8% in 2019. They were between the age of 0 and 14. And that formed like 18.7 million in our population. And between 15 and 24 years, we had 21.1%. And that formed 9.9 million of our population. And as you can see there, the demographics, it's a pyramid. You can see that the majority of our population is young people. Ni wachanga sana. We are a young nation. And generally, Africa is a young nation. Other parts of the world is what people call an aging population. They have more older people than they have younger people. So understanding this, our population distribution will help us to know how we can reach out. That is why we have these demographics. And if we don't know, then it means we will just do things without information. So this informs what approaches to faith that we need to use. And so that leads us to the place where we actually need to understand the world of children today. See, they are the majority. So it means that we need to understand their world, right? Okay. I said we will talk, right? So I would like you to pair up with someone. Just the person seated next to you. You don't have to move very far away. And I would like you to explore your own childhood. How was it when you were growing up? Kindly give us the next slide. I would like you to share, how was your family life? What recreation activities did you do in your generation? What chores did you do at home? Technology, how did that look like? School, very different from the way it is today. Even the syllabus has changed. Community, and church. Please talk to your neighbor. Okay, give the other person a chance. Give the other person a turn. It's the other person's turn to tell you how their childhood was. Kwa sababu ya muda, please bear with me. I believe you have gotten an opportunity to share with your neighbor. So, the next thing that I would like, we are doing this so that we can be able to have a picture of the world of children today. What does the world of children today look like? Is it similar to what you have shared with your neighbor? Maybe not. So I'll give you another opportunity, where now you will explore the world of children, of the young people today. How is their world in terms of family life? The same way you have shared about yours, recreation, chores. Do they wake up to the same duties that you did? Technology, how is that for them today? School, community, and church. I'll give you some few minutes to share again. What does that look like for the young people today, for children and young people today? Badilisha na mwenzako. Kindly allow me to call you back. Allow me to call you back because of time. At least you have shared something. And you know what that looks like, what the world of children today looks like in terms of those items there. Some of us went to school, and when we were starting to learn, that is what we were told. A for, B for, C for. Yeah, I can see you're identifying with me. Yeah, that is very familiar to me. That was the system that I followed. But you'll be surprised what they are learning today. Do you recognize any of that? Anybody recognize something? This is the world of children today, isn't it? So just name something that you recognize from there. Apple. Yes? I can't hear. Say it loud. Oh, Bluetooth. Yes, this is the world of Bluetooth. Chrome, yeah, that's right. Yep. Okay. Netflix, yes. Twitter, X, yeah. Facebook, YouTube, Zoom, yes. Google. What? Oh, WhatsApp, yeah. WhatsApp is there. TikTok, yeah. Messenger. Yes. Yeah, so you can see how their world is totally different from the world you and I, most of us here, grew up in. I can see there are a few Gen Zs. They identify with this more than some of us. But yeah, we are grateful. We are grateful. When we understand this, then we can be able to know how we can minister effectively to our young people, to children and the youth, the young people. So the generation that we are serving today forms 23% of the global population. And they also form a big percentage, 27% of the global workforce. They are a digital generation, like you have seen. They integrate technology very easily into their lives. And they are a global generation. Again, Pastor has mentioned that you may be there with your child in the house, but they are talking with somebody in China or in the US. They are the first generation to be global in terms of many things. Music, movies, celebrities are global these days. Fashion, food, entertainment, and even social trends. And they are widely connected. And this generation is said to be mobile, in that they use technology a lot. They are also moving houses. They don't stick to the same place for long. In terms of jobs and careers, they will not hold a job for very long in one place. They move. And it's predicted that they will work like 18 jobs and across about 6 careers in their life and live in 15 homes in their lifetime. That is very different from what some of us have experienced. And they are very visual. If you give them a book to read or something to watch, the same book in a digital form, they will prefer to actually read it online other than a physical book. But I hope you'll read the material that we have here for you. Yeah, we are still transitioning to this age. Let's talk about the Gen Alpha. These are people that were born between 2010 and 2024. Do we have any here? Maybe Vanessa? Are you a Gen Alpha? Yeah, we have, you can see these are people in grade 8 and some are in grade 9. Vanessa is in Form 2. Yeah, people that are in Form 2, probably Form 3. Yeah, those are the Gen Alphas. They are our youngest generation, and we have the beta generation, beta, coming up soon, next year, early next year. This current generation, the Gen Alpha, they are endowed. They have almost everything at their disposal. They have material provision. Life seems easy, and they actually came up with a term they call soft life. There are people that know what soft life means. So Gen Alphas, they are very technologically savvy. Pastor has said that his son is the one, his son Steve, I think he's in this generation. He helps him with his computer issues. So they are very technologically savvy, they are experienced. It said that they will enjoy a longer lifespan than any previous generation. And these people are influencing brands, all kinds of brands like clothes, brands of digital brands. They are influencing, they are brand influencers. They have purchasing power, those young people, probably more than other generations at their age. They are also consumers. They are a generation that has a culture of consuming. And they are shaping our media, they are shaping our social landscape. Gen Alphas. They form a majority of the global population at about 23%. They are the majority of the global population. And they form about 2 billion people. And we have about 2.8 million being born every year. So I'm saying all this for us to still have that generation shift and begin to think of ways of how we can reach this generation. The next slide, please. Yeah, it's too wordy, but don't mind. We have the Gen Beta, which we said will be born. Actually, it says from this year. Those children that have been born this year, all the way to 2039, will belong to that generation. And maybe we can read what Mark Creedle describes Generation Beta. Just that portion, shaped by a tech-saturated world. Let's read it together. Yes, that one. Can you hear it? Okay, I'll read it out loud. I don't know, maybe our tech cannot zoom it. It says that for Gen Beta, the digital and physical worlds will be seamless. Like, there will be no difference between, they will not know a world without AI, without technology, because they have been born into it. For you and me, we can almost tell the divide, like, okay, this is when it began to change, then we moved from this level to this level. But for them, that is all they will know. The AI and automation will be embedded in everyday life. And I'm sure you've seen automation, those robots. These days, we have some that can serve you, that can cook for you. So this generation, imagine what kind of generation it will be. And it's catching up very fast. In every area of their life, there will be technology. Do you want technology out of the gospel as well? When they have technology in education, transport, in every area, other area of their life, are we going to leave out that? Are we going to leave the gospel out and not understand, not come to their place so that we can be able to minister to them? So they will be a tech-savvy generation. Although they will be raised in a world that is changing, we have climate change. That one we know very well. It's an issue that we have experienced. But for them, there will be global population shifts, unlike what we have experienced. There will be rapid urbanization for them, among many other things that will change in their society. And most of the parents of this generation, millennials and Gen Zs. And probably, millennials and Gen Zs. They are the people that are raising this generation. They are globally minded. And although they are connected, these people are connected, yet their lives are very individualized. Culturally, Africa, we know that we are a social culture, right? If you understand what I mean. But for the coming generation, this Gen Alpha and Gen Beta, they are people that are connected in terms of globally, but also living very individualistic lives. And so let's have that in mind as we see how we can serve these people. Let's look into their competencies. What are their competencies and what are their character qualities? These people, like we have said, they are very creative. They are very critical in their thinking. If you have some, you already know that. They will engage you. They will not just take your answer for anything or your way of thinking. They will try and reason out with you. They are critical thinkers. They are problem solvers. Their communication skills are good. And also their presentation skills, digital skills, and also teamwork because they are connected. In terms of character qualities, there are people that are curious, they are adaptable, they can easily change they can easily change to fit in to a certain situation. They are persistent. They are people that take initiative. We have seen with Gen Zs, they are people that take initiative. Their culture, they are aware of their culture. And they are also great leaders. They form great leaders. And so that we do not lose focus, I would like us to brainstorm again on two questions. Next slide, please. I would like us to share with one another, how can our programs in churches leverage on the key features of these generations to deliver a relevant and effective faith formation network. Ni nini tunaweza fanya kama kanisa, the people that are serving this generation, using what we have already learned, what we have already discussed, in order to be able to deliver a relevant faith, because we've got to be relevant, and so that we can be effective, and so that we can develop an effective faith in them. The next question will be, how can we ensure that this largest consumer generation embraces and feeds on the faith formation programs as a priority? Yes, we may develop those programs, but how do we ensure? Because we say they're a consumer generation, how do we ensure that they embrace what we develop for them as a priority? In pairs, please, let's discuss these questions.
Maybe people discussing in front so that we can share, all of us can share, other than...
Okay, get the feedback from
yes.
like what you share.
Yes.
All
rather
right.
than us keeping on saying...
Great. Nilikuwa nakimbizana na time, but that's perfect. That's perfect. Yeah. Yeah. Noted. Let's hear what you're discussing. Let's just get 1 or 2 responses, please. 1 or 2 responses. Let's hear what you have discussed. Someone just volunteer yourself. Mtu mmoja ama wawili, mujitokeze tafadhali. Let's hear what you have come up with, because we want to apply it. Sisi ndio tuta come up na those programs. Yes, so let's hear what these programs look like, or your suggestions, your ideas. Ni vizuri tusikie kutoka kwa watu wawili ama watatu. Yes. Thank you, Mchungaji, because there is no wrong or right answer. We are all trying to gain an understanding around this issue, right? So, karibu. Karibu.
I feel this discussion. Kwangu, I welcome it. This question posed to us as parents, I feel it's giving us space to think more. The kind of children who are our watoto tunawalea. these are children that are technologically savvy, as she has said, and ni mtoto akona a lot of knowledge. So as we embrace technology in our children, kuna several areas when we were children we never used to do. Like for example dressing. Sorry, nimetumia my brother hapa. When we were discussing, vitu kama mandevu, yeah? Vitu kama rasta. So unaona mtoto, this is a person who is God fearing, lakini tukimkemea that dress vibaya, we will not get that space. We not embed that child into our thinking. Tunakaa huyu na yeye kweli ameokoka. So I think this is the direction this discussion is taking us, and I hope we will share more. Personally, interact na watoto this generation kwanza Z. When they come into corporate world, for example, I'm a banker. When they're employed, you give them tasks called targets. You analyze these targets, not physical. When we were young, for example, we used to carry files like this. Unahesabu file ngapi? 1, 2, 3, 20 files. Unapea mtu anafanyia kazi. These days, you assign files in terms of online. You're able to monitor kitu inaitwa how fast is this person is able to do these files. Tunaangalia kitu inaitwa error rate. What is the likelihood that this person is able to clear these files and with minimal error rates? So these generations, kazini utafanya na 8 hours, we talk of assigning work online. So hii kazi utampea afanye na 8 hours, you will be surprised. Anaweza ifanya na 1 hour. So we keep on asking ourselves, where are we headed to? Will this person be in the office for 8 hours? Will you penalize this person for being late, for example? Takuja 8, amekamatwa na jam, akwambie, sir, my target nita clear. As we move forward, are we able to embed these changes into their lives? Kwake, ours is not an important issue. Target hilo umempea tukimongeza, anaweza fanya kazi ya siku 3 na siku 1. Utampenalize. Huyo mtu utamnyima kwenda leave, for example. Yeah? Atakuletea sick off. Na utamfanya kitu. Atapotea 1 week. Na resurface 10 after a week, nafanya kazi ya mwezi mzima. So this is the discussion we need to be having. Even I know we have potential employers here. Some of us have been given these positions wherever we work. These are people, atafanya kidogo, utampenalize for sleeping kidogo. So you maybe anafikiria how to attend to another interview the next 1 hour. This is where we ended too. The other day, na interact sana na ma social media and all that. Our neighbors here, Uganda, changed their constitution that every primary school, mtoto mpaka awe na gadget, either laptop ama hizi simu digital. Kama utampeleka hata kuwa nayo shule, huyo mtoto hatakuwa allowed in school. Laptop. Au katoto kadogo tunaona. But here in Kenya, it's a crime. I happen to be a BUM person, a member of a BUM kwa shule fulani hapa. Muna attend BUM members, munaitwa watoto kameshikwa na simu kundiscuss in display. But as we discuss this, huyu mtoto anakuwa penalized kwa kupatikana na simu shule, because saa ile yako nyumbani wamefunga saizi. Kila mtoto ako na simu yake. Saizi tuko hapa in the world, the only world. Tuko na kitu inaitwa wifi nyumbani. Wifi ni nini? Wi-Fi inamaanisha nini? Nani anajua inamaanisha nini? Very good, thank you. Wireless fidelity. So as we are here, ukiacha kama power umezima hiyo gadget, huwezi pata amani ukienda nyumbani. Ni kweli? So how do we embed them? Mwalimu, sorry, I might take a lot of time. We are just tunachangia, to brainstorm ndio ifunguke. Sit. Thank you members.
Your name, sir?
My name is Mugambi.
Okay, let's appreciate Mr. Mugambi. Sitaki kufungia mtu mwingine. Let's just have one. Karibu. Ama, you want to speak from there? Okay.
How we can leverage on the key features of these generations to deliver a relevant and effective faith formation. I think we've been reminded that this is a generation that technology is part and parcel of them, and also they are creative people. So I think as the church today, we have to adapt to the same and ensure that we engage them in everything. We bring on board their creativity. Yeah, we bring on board their creativity so that they don't get lost out there wakisema church is boring. We have to identify how creative they are and we bring them on board. We ask them of ideas, how we can even make our programs to fit them. Kwa sababu if you call, for example, a fellowship today, a young people, they might not prefer to come and sit here physically, but watu kama sisi, we can come. But to them, you tell them of something online, they will attend. So one thing we have to do as a church is to ensure that we realize how technology is part and parcel of them, and ensure that even as our programs, we drive them towards that direction so that we capture them. They don't get lost outside. And we can do that by ensuring that we bring them on board na kuwauliza, how can we make these things to fit in you? Like maybe we want you to have a fellowship. Iyo fellowship nataka ikuwe aje online ama mtakam. So if they say online, we go that direction. So I think that is one of the ways that we can go about it.
Let's appreciate Phyllis. Thank you, Phyllis. One last person. Nisifungie mtu akiwa na very burning contribution, because that's why we are here. Sindio?
Habari zenu? Tuko kwa class. Sawa sawa? Now, the question that has been posed to us, according to me, my thinking is this. Mi sijui niko wapi. Sawa sawa? But now we are looking for a way on how we can accommodate these generations. Sidio? Now the thing is, we find things are changing. Now this is something that I've learned from the generation that I have in the house. Are we together? Now, like now, for example, something like my brother here. Thank you so much, you are very smart. I have to appreciate. Tumekuwa na vita hapa na pale. Na nikaona it is good for me now. Ikafika wakati nikaona I need to be flexible. We should not be rigid. At this moment, if you become rigid, utakufa mapema. So it is good, you relax, be flexible. Because like now, singekubali kuona mtu anakuja church na nywele ikiwa haijachanuliwa. Kwanza hiyo nimeimba na kichana inawekwa kwa mfuko, it is not being done what? Ichanuliwi. So what do you do to that? Utaambia mtoto asikuja church? Utafukuza mtoto nyumbani? So the best thing, sit down, ongea naye, muulize, na hii ndakupeleka namna gani? Hii haina shida, sijui nini. Tuko pamoja. So the thing is, ili tukaweze kucalculate this faith we have in our children, we must be rigid, na si kusema, we must be flexible, na si kumaanisha ati tubadilisha imani. We just walk in a way that we bring them close to us, we discuss about what they are doing. If we find it is something that is productive, and again, actually, whatever they do, they do it with a whole heart, with open hearts, very sincere. Sijui kama mshajua hivyo. Sasa ni vizuri sasa vile tulikuwa tunadiscuss hapa na mwalimu wa Sunday school. Sasa tutafanya nini na ili tukaweze kufaulu katika hii hali ya ku instill our faith to our children. Nikamwambia number one, what we have done, kile tumefanya leo, it is a step. Tutoa ile, sitasema upumbavu, tutoa ile kutojua kuhusu watoto wetu, na ile nasi hatujui, we raise our level in a way that wakikuja na ile hali ya kujua because they are go-getters. Hii sio ile wakati tulikuwa tunaambia mtoto wewe wacha kufanya hivyo, atakuuliza niache kufanya hivyo, kuna ubaya gani? So you be ready, you be equipped so that you can be able to accommodate and to live together with these children, especially when we come to our faith. Bwana asifiwe. Ninasikia mabishop na mapastors wakisema ukikuja kanisani lazima ukuje na Biblia. And again, huyo mtoto anakuuliza kwani kuna ubaya gani na niko na Biblia kwa? So what are you going to do, Bishop? Now, we need to be flexible. Na utakuta huyo mtoto hata akipewa chance ya kuhubiri, ataenda vizuri sana. Atakuwa katika Biblia yake. Na the person will come na simu yake. Na atadeliver kila kitu. Hata zaidi ya mmoja mwingine hapa na Biblia anasema kusema. The thing is, we need to be flexible. Na Mungu atusaidie hata sisi wenyewe tuinue level yetu ya kujua hali. Tunasikia yule anasaidiwa na kale katoto kake kadogo. Kalijulia watu hiyo maneno. Those things are coming automatic. And that's why we cannot afford kukosa kununulia watoto wetu bundles, kuweka wifi kwa nyumba, na ili wakata. Tuko pamoja? Nauliza watoto wetu wale watupei simu na watoto wa Uganda watatoshana? Watatoshana? No way. Because the more you interact with this thing, the more you get to know things. Sio? Sasa watoto wetu tunawafungia, na ndio unaona wakienda kule wanaenda wanaform groups, wale wanakwenda na simu wanaanza kuwapea story. Sasa mtoto atakuja kupea story ya ile alipewa na sio yeye alifanya utafiti. Unanielewa? So it is good we be flexible na to raise our level of knowing these things. Tuko pamoja? Tujue kushika. Let our finger do working. Thank you.
Let's appreciate Pastor Josephine. You have something more to add?
On part 2, kama kanisa branch, tuko na inaitwa Grace and Praise. Nani anajua? When we support that program, kama ukiinteract nao, I like interact. Uliza maswali, wanafurahia vitu kama hiyo. Hata sasa kila mtoto kanajua hiyo siku inakuja. Let's support them with this. Hao ndio walianzisha. We've been told they are consumers of time. Atusiangalie sana na money ama nini. It's their space. So no one has said to me, but I've just remembered, let's support them in such programs so that they will feel they are appreciated by the management of the church. Thank you.
Asante sana, Mr. Mugabe. Because of time, allow me to move on, but we really do appreciate. This does not mean that hatutakaa na tulete hizo mawazo pamoja. So don't keep your thoughts to yourself. It's if you share your thoughts, it still contributes greatly to how we can equip our children. The previous slide, please. This one we will not brainstorm, but I will just want you to think about it. What are the competing influences that are shaping our children and young people in our community? Kuna vitu mingi sana zenye zina compete with why we are here, to teach faith to our children, isn't it? There are many influences, right? Do you know some of them? Ni nini hizo zina compete na our effort to shape faith in our children? Because we also need to understand that. Nitauliza sasa kama mwalimu hii. Just raise up your hand and just share an influence that you think, he is our main competitor, or this is one of the things that are competing with us, with the work that we are doing. Even in business, huwa tunaambiwa, you need to know and understand your competition. Kwa sababu if you don't, utashindwa na biashara. Let's hear some of the influences that are competing with our efforts to influence our children. Mchungaji, let me give you mine.
Social media. Social media can do that. And of course also our children are so much engaged in digital space that is consuming so much of their time. And of course also parents, because we are not really willing to go to their digital space. So we find it very difficult to really help them. That is my thinking.
Thank you very much, Bishop. Yes, I totally agree with what you have shared. Digital, the very same digital that we want to employ in influencing them is a major competition to that effort. I want to take more. Okay, let's hear that person and then. There was another hand. Yes, please.
Okay. I think I can say another thing that is competing with us, even as we try to influence the lives of our children. Things like the world of music, the world of celebrities, such like things. Because you'll find that you might advise your child that this is the way to go, but they have their own influencers, online celebrities, tell you, I want to be like so and so. So, such like are also a big influence. Yeah.
Okay, thank you for this chance that you've given me to share on what influences our children. Now, I feel that these children are also being influenced by what we call negative peer friends. You see, these people, when they hook up with friends who are not straight, we will say in terms of, maybe in character-wise, you will find out that these children will also be shaped in the same way that their friends behave. Number two, we can also say that these children also are being influenced because of maybe the drugs, substance, and also addict, and also maybe alcohol. These also can also be able to influence them in a negative way, that when you speak to them, trying to bring them into the real track that they're supposed to, then you'll find that they'll not be able to agree with you. Yeah, think such plus others that have been spoken by others. Yeah.
Let's appreciate those contributions that we have received. Thank you for contributing, and I agree with all of them, and there's still more. Yes, I had said earlier that this session is really a brainstorming. I'm no expert in these issues. We just brainstorm, gain an understanding, and then see what solutions we can come up with. This one, I would like, this question says, what are the real needs of children and young people in the community today? And Yeah, I want you to think about that one. Let's not brainstorm because of time, but make sure you discuss it somewhere, maybe with a friend during tea or lunch. Yeah, please make sure you do. I would like us to look at a passage of scripture. And I would like us to read it together. That is Matthew chapter 9, verse 35 to 38. It's, I think it's legible. We can read it together. Okay. I can read it, then when we have it on the screen, we can still repeat it. It says, while I read, I would like you to note, where are the children found? What state are they in? So there it is again. Let's read it together. 1, 2, 3. Jesus went through all the towns and villages, teaching in their synagogues, proclaiming the good news of the kingdom, and healing every disease and sickness. When he saw the crowds, he had compassion on them, because they were harassed and helpless, like sheep without a shepherd. Then he said to his disciples, "The harvest is plentiful, but the workers are few. Ask the Lord of the harvest, therefore, to send out workers into his harvest field." This is again from Matthew chapter 9, verse 35 to 38. So where are the children? Again, we are trying to understand the world of the children. Where are the children? Even according to that passage. Yes, in the towns, in the villages, in the crowds, in the church, in schools, yes. Yeah, where in the community? Where specifically? In colleges. Yes, they're in social media. They're in the digital world as well. Yes, you've done well in answering that one. And so what state are our children in? What is the state of the children according to this passage? They are harassed. They are helpless. Yes, they are like sheep without a shepherd. So this helps us to understand the children, our children, where we can find them and their state. And we can optimize all those platforms you have given me, where we can find the children. But I'm going to just say something little about the school space, the church, and the home. Then I will close. The school, when we look at the school space, this is a lifetime opportunity. I mean, we are allowed here in our country to visit the schools, to evangelize there. And if we go by those statistics, first by understanding how the school space looks like. In early childhood, PP1, PP2, we have 47,000 and above institutions for early childhood, where we have over 2.8 million learners. In primary schools, we have over 35,000 institutions of primary schools. And we have over 10 million learners. So the total there you can see for ECD and primary school. In secondary school, we have over 10,000 schools in our country. And those schools are homes to 4.1 million students. So that is the school space. The harvest is plentiful. Kindly take us to the church space. Even in church, there is untapped opportunity. Ama, you don't believe so? Have we covered the ground, Kansani? Not yet. We still have a lot of untapped opportunity. Although we have people, we have programs, we have the products that we use to minister, we have different platforms at church, but we still have not exhausted. Hatujazitumia zote. We have children and youth pastors in our churches, and they help us to shape the future of our children. We have programs at church, such as biblical formations that we have. I don't know what kind of programs you have here, Bishop, for children at church, but you'll find that even the Bible, reading the Bible itself can be a program. We have some Bible reading plans online. I don't know if any of you is in any of those online Bible reading programs. That's a program by itself that can be used. We have life skills in different churches. Or if you don't have, that's a program that can be started. Interpersonal relationships programs can be started at church to utilize the church space. And in terms of products, we have, like in our church, we use children's ministry curriculum. We have learners, resources, different resources. Maybe one of the speakers will tell us more about that, because she works in an institution that entirely deals with children evangelism. There are also digital resources these days that we can utilize in the church space. We can train teachers. This is a space. What we are doing right here is equipping us to reach out to the children. Is a space that we are tapping into. Yeah, and different platforms there that we can tap into. How about the home? The home has become the neglected cradle. Yes, we have the children at home, but the parents are not available because they are busy. And they are not available to model to the children. Yet, the home space is really a perfect space, even from what Bishop shared this morning in the devotion. Do you still remember that passage? Genesis 18 from verse 17. And we saw that it was actually the parents who were given that responsibility, entrusted with that stewardship responsibility for their children. So we can model to the children in the home space. Peers, children really influence each other. Sometimes we tend to think that peer pressure only begins at teenagehood, but not necessarily. Children also experience peer pressure, and they can model to one another. So you can teach them how to model to their peers. And in the home space, you can have a set time, a time that you set apart to worship God with the children, and then that way you'll model them. You can use different resources that are available to teach the children. I think I'm gonna end it at this point so that I can give the next person an opportunity to be able to share. So thank you very much for participating in this class. Thank you for listening. I'll take a question or two. And as I said, even if you ask the question, I may not even be able to have an answer for you, but we can also float it out and have someone else give us their thoughts. A question or two.
My question will be framed this way. Now, we've said that these children are a little bit higher than us in terms of knowledge and all that, especially in technology. But now, and we've been also told that maybe we let them interact with these things. But maybe as parents, we see ahead of maybe what may not be really palatable for them. And now I am asking, if maybe you caution them of what maybe you see, but probably maybe they have not seen it. Now I ask, will they really give us maybe a listening ear to this? Now, it is something that I'm just, contemplating about. Maybe I may get some response from us, please. Yeah.
Thank you, Justus, for that question. Yes, just Julius has asked, these children are ahead of us, just to paraphrase your question. So how can we be of help to them when they are ahead of us? I want us to help or brainstorm around that question.
And especially when you see something and you have interacted with social media and you have seen, but maybe probably you have not seen what you are seeing. And now in this case, will they really give you
It's a very good question.
a listening ear?
Yeah. Let's hear. I want it to come from amongst us.
We just let them do what they wish to do.
Bwana asifiwe.
Amen.
I think in this there is something called parent guide. Si kuna kitu kama hiyo? Na maybe some of us we don't know how to go about it. Na tunasema ya kwamba kuuliza si ujinga. These guys, they know everything. And they may not tell you, okay, this gadget, kuna something like this, you can control it. Na you don't, hata kama unajua, ujui vile utai-control, si ni ukweli? So that's why I'm still repeating, going back to the very point. Tusikae pale. Hata sisi wenyewe, to create our space, kujua mambo vile kunaendelea. And more so, to allow our children to be close to us. If you happen to find that your child, kuna jambo anataka anakuelezea na ulijui, draw that child close to you. Tuko pamoja? Then you listen. Na kama ni issue inahusu mambo hizi gadgets and you don't know more about this, utakosa rafiki ambaye unaweza endea mkae chini naye muongee naye, hata kama ni kukupeleka kwa hiyo parent guide kwa gadget Phyllis. That's why wacha ile nataka kusema ni ya kwamba wacheni tusikae na ile hali yetu ya kutojua. Wacha tufunguke ya kwamba we will be able to help one another. Tuko pamoja? Kama mimi sijui hii mambo ya hii simu sana, hata mimi naendelea na kufanya, wacha nisoma kuniangalia ni ukweli. Tunatakikana, unajua kuna mtu akiwa ajui anajifanya anajua. Hiyo ndio shida. Tukiona watoto wetu kuna issue mtoto amekuja nayo kukuelezea, mulete karibu na wewe ili akuelezee. Na kama ujui, tunaambia kwa kama ujui unamwambia let us keep it pending for another time. Hiyo another time sio kunyamaza, unanyamaza Maureen. You just go to a friend. Mwambie mtoto wangu aliniambia hivi na hivi na hivi na hivi. na mambo itakuwa sawa. Hata sasa mkikuja hiyo next time unafikiri alikuwa anafikiri au kuwa na muda, si ndio? Lakini ulikuwa unachepea muda ya kusearch upate jibu. Tuko pamoja? Sasa hata niwe utamuita, si atakuuliza, utamwambia by the way, na ile swali ulikuwa unauliza ile mambo ilikuwa namna gani, you shall have gotten the answer, na utampea mwelekeo. Tuko pamoja? Na sana tu upgrade, hata tusimutoka kwa tutururu kwa sababu hata wale watoto wale hata huko tunasikia wanasoma na those things, kama na tutururu, go extra mile. Tuko pamoja? Na wakati mwingine mtoto wako unaweza kosana na mtoto wako kwa sababu unamkanyangia. Tuko pamoja? Unamkanyangia aje? Uko na simu, utaki aguse simu yako, hata akikwambia hebu nione kitu fulani, unamwambia ngoja usome mpaka utakaponunua. Atanunua na nini? Na atafika wakati lina, alafu unamkazia ajui mambo, hataweza kujua mambo zingine. So that is what we do. We need to be flexible, you guys. Ati mtoto akichukua simu kama ni by the hata assignment hizo anafanya na simu. Ile kitu mwalimu aja kukanya ni sawa. Tuko pamoja? Lakini hiyo mambo ya kukanyangia watoto, wacheni kwanza tupime hali. Thank you so much, Anne. Tuangalie hali vile ilivyo. Tunaweza kanyangia watoto wetu, tukanyangia watoto wetu at their age they will be useless. Watakuwa overtaken na the rest of the people. As long as these things they are, si kitu ina defile them, wacheni tuwasaidie. Si tuko pamoja? Na mwalimu wa Sunday school ukiulizwa swali na mtoto na usikie hiyo hapo niko offside, mwambie next time let us put that question pending, next time I'll give you the answer. Then you come, mnakuja pamoja, mna discuss, na kama hamujapata mchukue hatua nyingine enquire. Bwana asiwe sana. Akina Zomo wako hapa, akina Abraham wako hapa, just and with a lot of humility and gentleness. I tell you the truth, we are going to help our children. Tuko pamoja?
Amen.
Kwanza wanajua 90%, sisi tunajua 20%. Sasa tutakopa na wao namna gani? Kwa hivyo lazima tuwe na hekima. Emma unaambia Olive ngojea. Sasa wewe jioni baba wao anakuja, unamwambia hili ndio swali, tujibu namna gani? Unasikia akisema hata mimi nimekwama. Alafu mnapatana anatafuta wenzake wale wako nini? Because hatuwezi tukakosa jibu sisi zote. Tuko pamoja? Please let us be out to help our children. Mimi have been a victim. Mimi nimekuwa nikizunguka kwa ile blog. Kwanza nakutaka tu watoto na simu. Wakati mwingine nasikia uchungu, ninamwambia lete kwanza. There was a time initially nilienda nikarokota simu zote walikuwa nazo. Sasa ndio nashinda, nilikuwa narokota simu. So it's good, let us be flexible and tusaidia watoto wetu. Tusaidia watoto wetu tuwe sana. Si ndio?
Thank you. We appreciate that contribution. Let's give her a clap. Saki kufungia. I know we are pressed for time. Yes, please. Maybe we can have her and maybe one last person.
Okay.
Saki kufunga.
Hizi gadgets si mbaya wakitumia, lakini as parents wakati mwingine pia tunaenda through baada ya hao kutumia, na unakuta vile wamezitumia hawakutumia vizuri. Kwa sababu utakuta kuna mambo mbaya walikuwa na search wajue, na labda after kwenda shule ndio tunaingia kwa hizi simu, tunaanza kuangalia ni nini walikuwa naangalia, kuwa na search nini, na hapo labda una make resolution ya kwamba next time hii simu haitatumika tena, sitaruhusu tena itumike. Na probably unashindwa hata utamuingia aje, kwa sababu pia akijua umekuwa kwa hii simu, umejua alikuwa ana search, unaona labda hata alisearch vitu kama pornography ama vitu kama hizo, ukimwambia pia atakuwa embarrassed. So una solution ya kwamba vile nitafanya hii simu itaweka. So Yeah. Niko na mzazi tu, hata ni jana alikuwa ananiambia mimi nimeamua hivi kwa sababu hii simu nilienda through nikaona ilikuwa imefunguliwa hii, imefunguliwa hii, imefunguliwa hii, na sasa hii simu sitaachilia. So tutasaidia aje wazazi kama hawa? Hata mimi labda niko moja na mwingine ako na hiyo shida. What do we do?
Yes, thank you. Offer proper guidance to the children. Yeah, we can only do so much, but the Holy Spirit is helping us. It's not your effort. One last person, mwenye akona burning question or comment or remarks.
Kwa church. Kwa sababu most of the times unasikia watoto wanasema from our setup hatuwalau kuweka dreads hapa, lakini unakuta kwa makanisa yale mengine wanapatiwa nafasi. So unakuta wanaangalia wale vijana wengine maybe from other churches ya kwamba they are allowed to kushuka dreads, sijui kama ni kushuka ama ni kufanya nini. So are they good or they are bad? Kwa sababu even from my house kila mtu anazitaka, na of late unasikia haka kandogo ndio kametumwa kanasema fulani saa hii amebomoa nywele anaenda kuweka dreads. I think wapime wa vile iko, ananyamaza. Unakuta pia anachana nywele, anasema hii nywele yangu na nitanyolewa next year January nikienda shule, na kama sinyolewi box sitanyoa. Kama leo ameniambia hii kati yangu ni kama ina faint, nikamwambia yenyewe imefaint. So unakuta hata hizo cuts zimekatwa na katoto ni kandogo, ama unakuta nywele unakutana tu na katoto kandogo, lakini nywele imewekwa ndaye, imesunguliwa. So hizo vitu kwa hawa watoto wetu wandogo iko namna gani?
Understanding the world of the children. It's a good question. So anyone who can respond to that? I know Pastor Josephine touched on that when she talked of grabbing the phones from the children and later regretted why she had to do it. If it's something that is not necessarily sinful, they're just trying to express themselves. I would, personally, my take is that you allow them, but also guide them. Yeah, but that's not the final answer. The answer is here with us. Julius wants to say something.
Well, thank you one more time. What happens is this. That you see, our children are also going through stage in life. Especially, they see what others are doing. And you see, now what we need to do, I think we need to understand them. And then after understanding them, then we need to prompt them, maybe asking leading questions, why they are doing that. And maybe if you see it is not proper, then I think you need to caution if they will be able to hear you and then change, then you'd have warned them. Lakini wakiendelea kufanya yale ambao pengine you have questioned them, maybe you can use a peer. A peer whom you see maybe is a friend to him, but maybe is a little bit modest, yeah? Just to speak on your behalf to them. Yeah.
Thank you,
What
Bwana
is
Julius.
What is to be modest? No, okay, it's okay, I understand what you are saying. Now, let us face reality. Number one, hatujakataza dreads kwa church. Have you ever stood there na tukakondem? Now, I want to put it right. You see, ile imani iliwekwa kwako wakati ulikuwa unaokoka. Bwana sifiwe sana.
Amen.
Na ile imani sasa watoto wetu wako nayo sasa. Tuko pamoja? Niwaambie kitu moja. Hayuko. Now, mimi wakati niliokoka, wakati hauko umezaliwa, niliokoka na nikajua kwamba kuoleka ni dhambi. In quote. Sawa sawa? Na si nimeoleka. Nimetenda dhambi. Now, let us go now to the issue ya nywele. Number one. There was a day niliona pale Nizitek University. Watoto wakikatazwa kuingia bila kuchana nywele. Alafu generation yangu ikakuja nikawaambia mliona? Tuliona nini? Hamkuona vile ilikuwa hata hapa MKU there was a time walikuwa wanazuiliwa. As long as haujachana nywele hakuna kuingia. Now, the question is wewe uko naye kati imefit. Yule mwingine ako naye. Okay, mimi siwapei examples aije na ninataka hata kesho muangalie. Kesho mkiangalia Isaac anachana nywele. Lakini akiwa kwa nyumba achani. Tuko pamoja. Kesho Peter atakuja kanisani. Peter achani nywele yake na akikuja kanisani achani. Vile anafanya anajaribu tukikutana naye anafanya hivi. Tuko pamoja. Now the thing is, huyo mtoto ananiuliza, kutochana nywele ni dhambi? Utamwambia ni dhambi? Create space for these people. Now, kama jambo mtoto huyu ana dhambi, na unajua they are looking for identity. Mnanielewa? Sasa mnataka ati tuambie vijana wetu wanyoe viparangoto. It is next to impossible. Now the thing is, wacheni kwanza we give ourselves time na tuwe na understanding ya these generations. They are changing. Tuko pamoja? Kwa hivyo mimi naomba tubadilike na wao. That's the only option. Tubadilike nao as long as it is not sin. Hata saa hii nikienda kwa nyumba nipate Isaac alienda salon na amepaka dye. What will I do? Nitamuuliza, is this the best thing unamuuliza, is this what you have decided? Anakwambia ndio. Na watoshekangi anakuuliza, kwani ni dhambi? Utaambia mtoto ametenda dhambi Phyllis? So those are the things tunaambia Mungu atusaidie. Kwa sababu wakati wetu na wakati ni very different. Tuko pamoja? Yes. Mimi sitakufa na pressure kwa sababu ati watoto wamekataa kuchana nywele. Na mimi sitapatwa na pressure kwa sababu watoto wanavaa pencil. It is their time na that is their space, let them do that. As long as it is not sin. As long as mtoto wako aendi uchi. Unajua tumezoeana mtu akifaa nguo anataka kutoka, kwanza anakuja kwako kukuuliza niko sawa. Sasa mtoto amechana nywele amefaa vile amefaa, si unamkagua tu, unamwangalia unaona. Na nguo. You see, wacheni tu. Siteni tu sio watu wa roho. Ile kitu tunazuia ni dhambi maishani mwetu. Na let me tell you, tutakazia watoto wetu na watatoroka. If you happen to go that direction, that's why I'm insisting we be flexible as long as watoto wetu hawaingii kwa dhambi. Bwana asifiwe sana.
Amen.
Mimi as long as Peter chani nywele I have no problem. Problem ni nisikia alienda akakunywa pombe. Ama nisikia alienda mahali pabaya. That one I'll fight with him. Seriously. Tunaelewana? Kwa hivyo wale mko hapa chini, wacheni tujiandae vilivyo. Tuko pamoja. Mungu wetu atusaidie sana. Ukiona mtoto anataka kuweka nywele by the way wanawekanga wanani wa shule. Ukweli ni kwamba wanaweka wakiwa holiday kitabu shule iende wanavieka. Tuko pamoja. Na kama wale wanaenda kuna private zingine zimeachilia hata watoto wadogo wako na dreadlocks. Si ndio? Kwa hivyo tafadhali let us understand times. Tukae kama wale the sons of who? Isaka. Of who could understand the times. As long as watoto wetu hawajaenda nje kufanya dhambi, unajua already sisi tunafanya dhambi kwa sababu anatukwaza. Na tunakwazwa na kitu kidogo sana. Mpaka kanisa tunashindwa na kusoma. Ati mtoto alisijui aliweka dai kwa kichwa dai inaingiana wapi? Huyo mtoto anaenda kulala kwa pump. Tuko pamoja. Imagine hata kama na msiende kumwambia ama kwa hapa hata kama Peter amekataa kunyoa nywele. Tuko pamoja? Amekataa kabisa kunyoa nywele. Na ninaona Peter atusiani anakaa vizuri, kwanza ako na effort ya kupiga bass guitar. Hata kama bread itakuwa ikifanya hivi, I'll say hallelujah. Kwa sababu ako na imani na Mungu wake. Na hiyo nywele haitamfanya atende dhambi. Tuko pamoja? So mimi Mungu atusaidie. Let us be flexible. That is all what I'm telling you. Na tusaidie watoto wetu. In those spaces they are in. At home, school, call them. Na Mungu atatusaidia sana. If you are so willing. God bless you.
Thank you. Okay. Thank you. We appreciate your contribution, Pastor Josephine, and all the questions. But we have one last one. One last one. It's a contribution.
It's not a question, but to hand to what other speakers have said. Hii wandi tunasema being in their space. Na Mungu atusaidie tuone hii. I think that is what will save us. Saizi as we move out of here, wale watapitia hii stage ya Mabongeni, kuna picha inapigwa siku hizi natumia vuli. Umetuona? Nairobi tumejaa kila mahali. Ona kanaenda kuna kitu wanaita content creation. This is their space. Huwezi enda kumuuliza unapiga picha aje na kuna simu ukijipiga. You see, wataenda pale wataingiza kwa TikTok, wengine wanaanza hata hii TikTok inawaletea hata pesa. Si ndio? So unless we understand them, we cannot afford to keep on condemning them. That is the agreement I think kama mimi kwetu kwa nyumba yangu nimeamua hivi. My last born daughter, Alfina, mnamjua, she's so bold in that house. Yeye ananiambia dad, success sasa amefanya mtihani, Mungu msaidie KNJSEA. Alikuja akaniambia success card yangu mweke ngiribiri hapo na chocolate. You know, such demands. Who would have thought wakati wetu hatukufikiria vitu kama hizo, and we did that. Kazi yake si kusoma the wordings. You have I think enough the wordings and all that. But you see now that's their time.
Asante. Thank you. We appreciate that contribution. Let's just appreciate ourselves for sitting through this session and for our contribution. And let's appreciate God. Just give a big clap to God. Thank you very much. My prayer is that through this, God will help us and will equip us to be able to minister effectively to this generation. Now, we are going on a break, but before we go on a break, it's supposed to be, is it 10 or 15 minutes according to the program? Time yetu ilibadilika kiasi. It's supposed to be how many minutes? 15 minutes. Shall we agree to keep it 15 minutes?